Hello class ninth. Today we are going to start with the topic Supreme Court. Just open your books on page number 43. The Union Judiciary, the Supreme Court. Main objectives: necessity of independent judiciary, Supreme Court of India, functions, powers and duties of Supreme Court, independence of judiciary. Before discussion of the topic, we must know the following terms like federation, group of states with center government but independent in internal affairs. Judicial review, power of a court to decide whether a law or decision made by the government is constitutional. Single integrated judicial system means all the administration in courts has to be based on similar principles and has one apex court. Convention, a way in which something usually done. Sovereign, having complete and independent power of authority. Privy Council, formal body of advisor at private and secret level. NJAC, National Judicial Appointment Commission. Citizen, a person who is legally recognized. Necessity of an independent judiciary. Under our constitution, our judiciary is the single integrated system of courts for the union and the states, with the Supreme Court at the apex by the single integrated system. Judicial system or court system is called the judicial system. The court has power to make decision and also enforce the law. Why? To solve the disputes. Judicial system consists of judges and another magistrate who form the bench or core of the judicial system. In India, Supreme Court is the head of the entire judicial system, which not only supervises but also exercises control over the functioning of the other courts. An independent judicial setup is a must for any federation. It ensures an authentic interpretations of the constitution and also resolve disputes. Let's come to the reading part. Just have a look on Supreme Court of India. Lesson number 4. The Union Judiciary, the Supreme Court. Necessity of an independent judiciary in a federation. An independent judicial setup is must for any federation. It ensures an authentic interpretation of the constitution and also resolve disputes, constitutional or otherwise, between the union and a unit or units of federation. It means there is a great need for the independent judiciary which can protect the law. Moreover, judiciary resolve disputes between person to person, state to state, union to state, etc. with genuine understanding and explanation of the constitution. The Constitution of India also provide for such a judicial setup in India. It differs from that of the USA in certain respects. Number 1, we have a single integrated judicial hierarchy of the whole of the country. In the USA, there is a double judicial setup. They have separate federal laws and a federal judicial system distinctly for the federal constitution. For federating units of the states of USA have their own judicial system. It means India is having the single integrated judicial system, which means all the administrations in the courts has to be based on the similar principle and has one apex court, that is Supreme Court. On the other hand, USA is having double judicial setup because they have separate federal laws and federal judicial system. Every state of USA is having their own judicial system. That is the basic difference between the judicial system of India and USA. Second, in the USA, the provision of the judicial review. Judicial review means any law passed against the constitution that would be declared null and void. Of the law passed by the legislature and executive action of the president are automatic, means they are working itself but without asking. But in India, it is only on the request by citizen or group of citizens that a Supreme Court or High Court may take up such laws on action for review. The second difference is related with the judicial review. In USA, the judicial review is automatic, and in India, the judicial review is taken on the request of citizen or by group of citizens. We have a single integrated judicial system for the whole country. Each lower court is subordinate to its higher one, and with the Supreme Court at the top. Thus, the Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal in India. Means in India, we are having the single integrated judicial system, which means the administration in the court has to be based on same principle and has one apex court, means that is the Supreme Court, and the other courts which works at the state level and the district level, and they all are subordinate to Supreme Court. District courts are subordinate to high courts. High courts are subordinate to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court is the apex power. Supreme Court of India, which is the highest court. Just have a look on the table. Supreme Court at the top, then High Court at the middle, District Court at the bottom. District Court works at the district level. High Court is the highest court of the state, and Supreme Court is the apex court. It is constituted according to the Government of India Act 1935. It is the highest constitutional court with the power of judicial review. Means if any law passed by Parliament which is against the Constitution, that would be declared null and void. Now just come to the reading part. Supreme Court of India. Supreme Court of India is a legacy of Federal Court of India, constituted according to the Government of India Act of 1935. The decisions of Federal Court could be taken on appeal to the Privy Council of UK. But now, as India is a sovereign state, the Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal. It means the Federal Court of India was constituted according to the Government of India Act 1935. At that time, India was under the control of British. The decisions which were made at the federal courts were taken to the Privy Council. Privy Council means formal body of advisors of UK for appeal. But present, India is a sovereign country and India is independent country. Now the Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal. Composition, appointment of judges. Supreme Court of India consists of a Chief Justice and some other judges, the number of which may be fixed by the Parliament from time to time. At present, it consists of the Chief Justice and 33 other judges, that is, total is 34 judges. It means Supreme Court consists of 34 judges, 1 Chief Justice and 33 other judges. The number of judges are fixed by Parliament time to time. Now question is there, who is the Chief Justice of India? The answer is Justice Sharad Arvind Bobde, and he is the 47th Chief Justice of India. He was appointed on 18th November 2019. The Chief Justice and other judges of Supreme Court are appointed by President, but he does not have a free hand in the matter. He must consult the Chief Justice of Supreme Court before appointing any judge of it. In the matter of appointment of the Chief Justice of India, he shall consult such other judges of the Supreme Court and of the High Court as he may deem necessary. But over the years, a convention has developed where the senior most judge of the Supreme Court is appointed as the Chief Justice of India. It means Chief Justice and other judges of Supreme Court are appointed by President. For the appointment of Chief Justice, President take the consultation with the important judges of the Supreme Court as well as the High Court. For the other judges of the Supreme Court, President consult with the Chief Justice of India for their appointment. Senior most judge will be appointed as the Chief Justice of India. That is the culture of Supreme Court. Just have a look on this table. Supreme Court. President appoints Chief Justice and other judges of the Supreme Court. Note, the aforementioned, the collegium system for appointment of the judges was replaced by National Judicial Appointment Commission. The NJAC Act came into force in April 2015. In October 2015, the Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court upheld the collegium system and struck down NJAC, National Judicial Appointment Commission, as unconstitutional. Hence, in the 99th Amendment Act, it was declared null and void. The collegium system for appointing the judges was replaced by National Judicial Appointment Commission, which was declared null and void in the 99th Amendment of the Constitution. Qualification of the judges. To become the judges or the Chief Justice of Supreme Court, a person should possess the following qualification. Number 1, he must be a citizen of India. Number 2, he must work as a judge in any of the High Court continuously for not less than 5 years. He must have an advocate of a High Court for at least 10 years standing, or he should be a distinguished jurist in the opinion of President. There is no clear provision as to who shall be appointed as a Chief Justice of India. Generally, as we have discussed, the senior most judge of the Supreme Court is appointed as the Chief Justice of India. To become the judge of the Supreme Court, person must be a citizen of India. He must work as a judge in any of the High Court continuously for 5 years, or he must work as an advocate of a High Court not less than 10 years, or he should be distinguished jurist in the eyes of President. And there is no clear provision for the appointment of the Chief Justice. Generally, there is the senior most judge is appointed as a Chief Justice of India. Term of office and removal of the judge. The Chief Justice and other judges of the Supreme Court are appointed to work till the age of 65 years of. Means 65 years is the age of retirement. Although they are appointed by President, their services cannot be terminated by him. They can resign from their post of their own accord whenever they like. Death, of course, can be another cause of the end of their service before the agreement of retirement. The judges of High Court can remain in the office till the age of 65. It means 65 is the age of their retirement. Second condition, they voluntarily resign from their post. Third, the natural cause, that is a death, is the natural cause that can vacate their seat before the age of their retirement. But if a judge of the Supreme Court is found guilty of misusing his power or acting against the provisions of the Constitution, he can be impeached and relieved of his office. The procedure of impeachment of a judge is almost the same as the President of India. Clause 4 of Article 124 of the Constitution states, a judge of Supreme Court shall not be removed from the office except by an order of the President, passed after an address by each House of the Parliament, supported by majority of the total members of the House. House means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Total members 552 members of Lok Sabha and 250 members of Rajya Sabha. And majority of not less than the 2/3 of the members of their houses present and voting. Means though at that time who are present, 2/3 member is required to vote against judge, has been presented to the President in the same session for such a removal on the ground of proved misbehavior or incapacity. The judges of Supreme Court can be appointed by President, but President cannot terminate them. They can be removed through the process of impeachment, and the same procedure is followed for the impeachment for the President, and as it discussed in the clause 4 of Article 124 of the Constitution, as we have discussed. Children, today we will complete till here, and you will have to reread this part and learn the specific terms and kindly follow the snap homework. Thank you.